Hey guys, and welcome to episode 36 of Surg's Feed the Beast Season 3 Let's Play. I added a few more recipes in here, just some basic ME stuff, and I ran out of blank patterns. So I was just about to request more, and I just got back from a mining trip. So let's go ahead and throw all of this stuff right in here. And if I look up blank, I taught it to how to make these before. So let's go ahead and request 4. And looks like it made 1, but it's not making more. Now, what that means is it ran out of something. But it's not going to tell us what it ran out of. Now, I happen to know what it ran out of. But like I said, it's not going to tell us. We just look up blank and it says that we can craft them. Now, there is an item that we can make that will tell us what it's currently crafting and what it might be missing. And that is the crafting terminal right here. So we're going to need a crafting table, which I should have a whole bunch of, a storage cell, easy enough, and we're going to need a ME access terminal. So we're going to need a conversion matrix and some iron and some other stuff. So let's go ahead and do the conversion matrix. Oh, looks like I'm missing something. I'm missing iron. Now I know that because I've narrowed it down on what I have and what it'll let me make. So I knew that I was low on iron, and that's why I want to get the zinc out of there. I don't want the aluminum. There we go. I went mining for iron. Now this isn't connected, so let's go ahead and just throw this ore back in here and come down to here, and I do just need to remove this and re-add it. Remember, I said that last episode, or maybe it was the episode before, and that should get my my system up there processing. Now I don't want it to craft all of those blank patterns. So what I can do just right now is go ahead and get a cable, and what I want to do is just go ahead and add it to the system and then remove it. And that should clear out whatever it was going to craft. Anytime that you alter your AE system, it'll go ahead and reset that crafting. So let me just make sure that it's not going to make a whole bunch of blank patterns. Now, it's going to take some time because, as you know, the extractor is a really slow machine. So I'm going to give this a little bit of time to process my iron. And you know what? Let's see if we have any now. Okay, so it is showing that we do have... Uh-oh. Oh no, it is crafting those. It's still crafting them. I'm going to take out that pattern for right now. So that way we keep our iron. So if we look... Yeah, it did create a couple more of these blank patterns. And I don't want it to use all of my iron I just went and got. So let's see. Now, granted, I should get a whole bunch of iron. But what I want to do now is, you know what, let's make some iron seeds. I'm already making a whole bunch of other stuff for magical crops, and I wouldn't mind having some iron ones. So we'll get, say 12. 12 should be a good number here. And 3. Okay, so I needed 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should make 1 more. and iron seeds. Oh, I already had some strong magic essence. That's okay. So I'll just add these to my arsenal up here, and what I've been doing is I've just been sticking to these 4 farms. As I need something else, I'll go ahead and change it out. So in this case, I have plenty of nether essence at the moment, so I'll just go ahead and change this, oops, change this out for iron. And this right here I changed out for redstone, just to make sure that I have a good amount of redstone. And what my golem will do is, because he has the order upgrade, and because there's land next to it that he can plant on, if he gets extra seeds, he'll just plant it right next to it. So eventually it will go ahead and cover the whole area. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is let my iron process, and I'll be right back when all of that's done. So now I have a decent amount of iron. Not anything that I'd say, oh, I'm good forever, but 314 from that little mining run after I threw it through the extractor. So I'm able to make my crafting terminal. And you know what? I still have another storage cell. You know what? I only need really 1 crafting terminal. And let's go ahead and place it down right here. And oh no! That's not what I wanted. I didn't want a crafting terminal like that. Oh no! I wanted a crafting monitor. Okay, well, I guess I have an extra crafting terminal. Oh, that's a lot easier to make as a crafting monitor. I'll find some place for a crafting terminal. Maybe I'll put it in my my animal farm or something. Okay, so now I have a crafting monitor, and we can see here what I'm currently crafting and what I might need and things like that. So let's throw our blank patterns back in here, and what I should be able to do now is let's go ahead and look up glass. So let's pull all of the glass out of our system. And again, let's go ahead and request some blank patterns. Begin. Now you can see that they did not craft. And if we look here, it tells us that we're crafting 10 blank patterns and we're missing glass. Now if I wanted to clear this out, all I have to do is go ahead and click on it, or shift click, there we go, and it'll cancel it out. So now we can throw our glass back in here and go ahead and do blank modules again, or blank patterns. And we'll go ahead and do 10 of them. There we go. So now I have a whole bunch of blank patterns. So we can do vanilla recipes really easy right here in our molecular assembler chamber. Now what about if we need to use machines? Like, say we need to cook something up in a redstone furnace. If you look, I have the pattern done for the basic processor assembly, but it doesn't know how to cook them. So what we can do is, let's do processor, and we only have 4 left, so it's probably a good idea. Let's go ahead and craft 1 of them. And what I can do is I can take this here and just 1 of the basic processors. And what I'll say is this processor assembly yields 1 basic processor. Go ahead and encode that. And then what I can do is come over here to my interface, and I'm going to tell it to go ahead and use, why not? We'll use this one. Actually, no, let's use this one. And what I'll do is here we have space for these patterns. So I can go ahead and put this in here, and it knows now I should be able to say I wanted to make those processors. I can go ahead and grab all of these out, and I'll just throw this in here. And let's say I wanted to craft, I don't know, 3 of them. We can look here, and it'll go ahead and create the parts that it needs, and then it will throw them in the redstone furnace. Did it already create them? So it's still crafting them. What's it waiting on? Doesn't look like it's waiting on anything. It should have everything. Why is it not throwing them in here? That's odd. So it has the processor assembly. Oh, I know why. They're probably sitting right here, or they can't get pushed from this into the machine here. Well, looks like we're going to have to take this out and set up a different way of doing it. Let's go ahead and make another interface, and I'm just going to tell this one that it's not going to do anything. Let's grab another interface, which I told my system how to craft them. So we should be able to go ahead and craft one. Oh, we're missing the processors. And interface. Nice. Yeah, let's go ahead and go right here. And I'm going to need some cables. Let's just grab a couple. And put one here, and then we'll put this going down. And I'm going to tell this to be an input on the top. And I'll just tell it to face down. So now I should be able to go ahead and put that in here. And we should be able to now go ahead and grab the processors that we have. And we'll tell it to craft, I don't know, 3. And then if we go over here, you can see that the furnace is now running because it made the basic processor assemblies and threw them into the furnace. And then from there, the furnace throws them back into this interface, and all is well with the world. And there we go. We have our 3 ME basic processors. So say we wanted to request something that uses these basic processors. Well, our system is smart enough to know that it wouldn't have any if I took them all out. Or say we wanted to craft a bunch of things and it used all of them up. It will go ahead and craft more, throw them right here into the redstone furnace, and cook them up, and then it'll go ahead and craft from there. So let's see if we have, say, a pulverizer. I don't have one in my system. Well, let's go ahead and craft a pulverizer real quick. There's a machine frame, redstone reception coil, and you know what? Piston is a good thing to teach this how to make. So let's teach it how to make a piston. And I can throw that right in here. And so now I should be able to request a piston, or 10. And there we go. And now we should be able to make our pulverizer. So we have a pulverizer, and let's go ahead and get an interface. We'll go ahead and tell it to craft one of those, because we don't have any. And then we want a import bus. We have one basic import, but I'd like to do precision imports. You know what? It's fine. I'll just, let's teach it how to make the basics. So it already knows how to make interfaces. It already knows how to make cable. It knows how to make pistons, but it doesn't know how to make sticky pistons. So tar, slime balls. I guess that's really it. So there's a sticky piston. And we'll go ahead and do basic import. Perfect. So now we should be able to request import. So if, say we wanted another one, it'll go and it'll craft one for us. Now in this case, I only need one, but I do need one of these processors as well, because I want to take this and go ahead and convert it to a precision. So what we should be able to do now, oh, this will work really well. Let's do this way. Let's put our, well, besides the power, that's not too bad. Let's get one more redstone energy conduit. So we'll put our conduit here, and we'll go ahead and do a cable here, and we can put our pulverizer right here, and I can tell it to output down and then input from the top, and our ME interface, and we'll go ahead and wrench that so that it faces down. So I really don't even need the import. And so some of the things here, like we know how to make fluix dust, but it needs nether quartz dust. So what we can do is, let's go ahead and grab one piece of nether quartz, and I should have some nether quartz dust. That's, oh, there we go. And for right now, I'll just go ahead and throw these in our system. And I'll tell it 1 piece of nether quartz equals 1 piece of nether quartz dust. Encode. And I can go ahead and grab that and throw that right in the system here. So now it knows it can make nether quartz dust if it sticks 1 piece of nether quartz in this pulverizer. And we can do that with all different types of recipes. So ultimately, we can basically make everything 100% automated. We just tell it, hey, this is what I want, and it will go ahead and figure everything out and go ahead and make it. Let's see what else there is from applied energistics that we might want to go ahead and have it auto-craft. You know what? These storage segments, they're a pain to make. So let's go ahead and do, yeah, let's go ahead and do those. So let me just look up the storage here. So first we're going to start off with a storage cell. Go ahead and encode that. Then of course it has to take the storage cells to make the storage segments. And the storage segments to make the storage block. Oops. Storage block. And then the storage block to make the storage clusters. And what we can do is then we can tell it how to make 64K. Now there's two different recipes. We have some storage cell housings, but let's assume we don't. So we'll go ahead and tell it how to make 64Ks this way. The other thing that I'll probably want is like an ME storage bus. That's something that's good to know. So we can go ahead and throw all of these in here. And so now what I should be able to do is, let's go ahead and do a storage cluster. Let's make 2 of them. And we can see here that it's going to go and craft the storage cells, take the storage cells, and make more processors. And that's what it's doing right now, is it's making more processors that it needs to go and make the clusters. Now it knows it doesn't have anything that it's missing just yet. Now if we do happen to, say, run out of iron, where's our iron? We have a decent amount. But if we do, say, run out of iron, then it'll let us know here. Now one other thing that it doesn't know how to make is glass. But I have a whole bunch of sand up here. Maybe it's time to move these. Let me go ahead and I'm going to clear out a little bit of space here. But there is one item that we can use that'll make moving those really easy, and is from the same mod that adds those barrels. Java here. The dolly. So let's see if we can make that dolly. So 1 dolly. And we should be able to just go right up here and grab it. And of course it gives us slowness and mining fatigue. You're not meant to carry these around all over the place. So let's see. We'll do a couple of them. Now, I am going to want, it's still working on it. I'm going to want a storage bus. So let's go ahead and request, say, 5 of those. And it should make these a lot quicker. There we go. For right now, we only need really 1. And let's see, we have our ME system coming in this way and going in through the wall. So let's grab some more cables. And what I want to do is, let's see if we can just snake back in here. Where does this take us? Ah, perfect, right there. And just to make sure it's nice and lit up, we don't have anything spawning inside the wall here. And right here, I actually want to put my storage bus. So we'll take away this 1 cable. Put our storage bus, go ahead and get it into the right position, and I should be able to go ahead and plop down my barrel. And so now my system knows I have all of this sand. And right now, and just as a proof of concept, I have 2864, so 28 stacks, and 20 extra. So if I go in here and grab a stack of sand, see? It grabbed it out of my barrel. And vice versa, it will go ahead and store sand in this barrel. And so let's tell this to be, let's set this to priority 2. So that way it will go ahead and put sand that enters my system into there before it puts it anywhere else. See? So now what I can do is grab one piece of sand, and let's grab one piece of glass. We don't need the nether quartz or the nether quartz ore anymore. And you know what? While I'm thinking about it, I have a whole bunch of this Surg quartz. And let's grab a piece of silicone too. So let's go ahead and encode both of these. So I can say Surg quartz equals silicone. Go ahead and encode that. And then sand equals glass. Encode. Now one other thing I can do is I can say cobble makes sand. And so what I can do is come over here just like before, and let's see, this is silicone, so it'll cook up one Surg quartz dust, and it'll cook up glass or sand to make glass. And then here in our pulverizer, we can go ahead and tell it it can make sand with cobblestone. Pretty awesome. And we probably need a few more of those blank modules. Looks like it's still working on... Oh, see, it ran out of redstone. I'm not really out of redstone. I just have to tell my system that, yeah, you know what, instead of doing that, let's just convert it all, because I don't need it in block form anymore. I was going to tell it that a block of redstone equals 9 redstone, but you know what, I have plenty of storage, and that's actually what it's making right now anyway, so who needs blocks? If I need, you know, a single block or something like that, then I can always grab them. So there we go. So now it's back on track, and it's making the second one. So it made one storage cluster. And we can just go ahead and grab it, and that was a pain to make just one before. We can grab a housing, and I actually want 2 of them, because since I'm making a second cluster anyway. And we should be able to just go right over here and just throw it right. I'll just do just like this. And just go ahead and move all these down. Now I can consolidate, but you know what? It's plenty of storage. So I don't really have to worry about it at this moment. Oh, looks like it made the other cluster. Nice. And we can just throw this right in here. So now we have a lot of storage. I don't think that we're going to run out anytime soon. But, you know what? That's why I wanted to make those extra storage, is because if we're crafting and doing everything else, then, you know, we want to make sure to have the room for it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and set these up just right here, and move my barrels down, and I will be right back when we're all done with that. I might even teach my system a few more things it can do with the pulverizer and redstone furnace. So I went ahead and moved my barrels downstairs. I even added another one for cobblestone. There's no need for the cobblestone to be sitting here in my system on one of my, you know, ME drives. Unfortunately, guys, it does look like we are at that wrapping up point. So between this episode and next, what I'll go ahead and do is add a few more recipes. I think I got everything that I need for AE, at least for now. So I'll probably think about some other things that we craft quite often. and go ahead and program them into my auto crafting as well. Maybe we could even set up my induction smelter downstairs and get that automated, so that way when we need, say, hardened glass or something like that, we can easily just request it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and with that, I will see you guys later.